Here we go then, this should be the third and final part. DC Byrne did make a statement which doesn't really, doesn't say much, to be honest. He says he was wearing his name badge. I don't know, he was standing behind the other ones, I don't really care. Yeah, here we go. The allegation is attempting to, DS Cook is attempting to obstruct the course of justice, not upheld. Mr. Dacus has declined to cooperate with the investigating officer by identifying exactly what information he was requesting. Well, I asked for the emails that had been sent to me by DS Cook, so that's not hard, that, is it really? To find 4 or 5 emails with my name on them. And in the absence of that cooperation, it can only be considered that Mr. Dacus wanted to see the evidence against him in its entirety. No, I just asked for the emails that DS Cook had sent. Once a person has been charged with offence, they become a defendant. A person cannot go to court with knowledge beforehand. In this case, Mr. Dacus was not charged or summoned, so was never a defendant, only a suspect. Well, it depends how you define the word summoned, because I was summoned. Did that mean that I'd never actually turned up in court, and therefore I wasn't summoned? Because I definitely was summoned. And there's videos about that one here, but... no requirement to provide a suspect with evidence against him. Well, there is no requirement to provide a suspect immediately prior and during interview. What they're saying is I didn't get to see the evidence because I didn't go down for an interview, which, you know, at the end of the day, this thing against DS Cook was only asking about the emails he sent me, so they're obviously hiding those. As can be seen from the body cam footage, well, as they can see from the body cam footage, we're apparently not allowed to see that. Mr. Dacus was offered the opportunity to be interviewed, refused to be interviewed, therefore was an illegal requirement, blah blah blah. Mr. Dacus makes a more general accusation against DS Cook that communicating the intention to prosecute him was in itself harassment. The Protection from Harassment Act 1997, of which there's about 20 versions around the country, depending which police force you speak to, by the way. Subsection 1 does not apply to a course of conduct if the person who is pursued for the purpose of preventing or detecting crime. Pursued under any examination. Oh, this is boring. The investigating officer is satisfied that in the course of a lawful duty, DS Cook pursued a course of conduct, he cannot be therefore guilty of harassment. The fact that CPS declined to prosecute, or the fact that Ian Sims changed his mind, I'll leave that one up to you. If that were to be the case, every discounted prosecution could amount to harassment, and there'd be thousands of those each year. Yes, well, couldn't have police officers prosecuted for anything. The IPCC told me that. The only aspect to consider is whether DS Cook's actions were reasonable and justifiable. One need only to look at the emails from Mr. Dacus relating to this complaint to see that he certainly intends to cause offence when communicating with anyone he sees as representing the establishment. For example, the wording, "You're just another lying fucking bastard." I did. "More bent Cambridge coppers." "What a fucking joke," which isn't an email to DS Cook. I make no apology for my language, guys. Seriously. I mean, it's 5 years of hell. You know, with these people. I've lost work, I've lost money, I've lost a large degree of my health, both physical and mental. So no, I wouldn't do it in a normal run of things, but this is definitely way beyond that. In addition, he has posted numerous personal monologues on YouTube denigrating members of the council, the police, the Independent Police Complaints Commission and various other bodies, in some cases naming individuals personally. You can't do that, can you? Can't tell the truth. In at least one video viewed by an investigating officer, Mr. Dacus finds the idea of ruining the working day of council or police employees by sending them hostile emails highly amusing, the investigating officers consider that this sheds some light on Mr. Dacre's motives in sending such material. Well, I did say in one that I was damaging the police's morale or something. That's fine. I don't quite see how, because let's face it, you've ruined the last 5 years of my life, guys. So I don't see how this sheds some light on my motives in sending them emails. I'm not quite sure. Fortunately, at least for the targets of his videos, Mr. Dacre's publications appear to attract virtually no interest from the general public, but they are nevertheless unpleasant. Well, I wouldn't say that was entirely true. I mean, one of them's had 8,000 views. Several of them have had 200 or 300 views, and you know, for one guy alone, competing with the whole world of YouTube, I think that's pretty good. But they do seem incredibly fascinated with my videos. In fact, it seems we've been spending taxpayers' money so they can sit and watch them. So if they're so unconcerned about them, I'm not quite sure why they keep mentioning them. In such circumstances, it seems perfectly reasonable of DS Cook to seek the view of the CPS as to whether Mr. Dacre's messages and videos amount to harassment. And my videos amount to harassment now. The investigating officer is satisfied that DS Cook has not breached a standard, blah blah blah. The allegation either DC is not upheld. Mr. Dacre's one of the officers is sergeants. Both officers deny this. I don't recall DC Hurley introducing himself to this day. Let's say DC Bowen may have been wearing his warrant card. I didn't see it. Given DC Bowen's lack of input, he was the one at the back, I think. It is unclear what advantage he would have gained by attempting to deceive Mr. Dacres into thinking he was a sergeant. So, if it's unclear what advantage I hope to gain, there's obviously a case for the defence there. That defence being me. Because otherwise, why would they mention me getting any advantage on an issue that didn't exist? Given the body cam evidence, which we're not allowed to see, and the officer's written responses, the investigator neither attempted to deceive Mr. Dacres. If Mr. Dacres had desired to see either officer's official identification card, he could have asked for it. He did not do so. Well, that's not entirely true, guys, because Inspector Laura Hunt was in the Hunt's Post one week with her column saying that CID officers would introduce their warrant cards to identify themselves when they knocked on your door or whatever. So, yeah, you're just lying again. The investigating officer is satisfied this case does not merit referral. And that's it. Ooh, that's the end of it. Alright, so there you go. They're terribly concerned about my social media, which we had expected, because considering apparently no one watches my YouTube videos, they keep on mentioning them. But that really, well, like I say, I wanted to get everything in. I wanted to go through the whole thing, which I've pretty much just done. As you can see in each video I've just done of the 3 videos, I've caught them out lying about something. You know, I don't know why I'm bothering really, because they're going to screw this up for themselves at some point. But that said, you know me, guys. I'm not making any of this up. That council's never been investigated. I've never had an explanation as to why it wasn't investigated. And now, of course, despite all the stuff I've had back through the FOI requests, saying things similar to that, they're now saying in here it has been investigated by Inspector Lloyd. So, well, again, it's just not a lie, isn't it? Because I've got it in black and white that it wasn't, and apparently there's an explanation for that, which, you know, I'll keep on asking for, but I've never seen. So that was, it was good. You know, I didn't think that would turn up, so I hope you enjoy these 3, and I shall see you next time.